In previous slokas, Sri Bhagavan has explained particularly the difference between the developed person and a common person. So he's calling it different way, but first is a wise man. Wise man is a person who has understood the whole concept which Sri Bhagavan has explained. He is following in his life. He is doing all karmas as a common man. But his approach is different. And that approach is very important. Now, previous slokas, Bhagavan has explained the three gunas of Prakriti, that nature, Sattva, Rajatama. These gunas are the stimulating forces for doing the actions. And according to that, the actions are happening. So my role, I means the soul. Soul is not connected with all that. All the Prakriti gunas, these are for taking care of the actions in the life. And this he must understand. And that person is called wise person. And those don't know anything. They just think that I am doing all that thing. So they are getting attached to all that. And they have to bear the fruits, sorrows and pleasures in the life. And the life continues. So this we have to remember. And the same thing is again explained in some different way. See, when we want to convince something to the person, we are explaining all the aspects and from different angles. So the basic concept is same, but now the different angle Sri Bhagavan is explaining. So now slok number 31 now. Ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto nasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhihi. He says that my teaching, that what in previous slokas he has explained, he says that is his teaching of Bhagavan's. Now he is saying, those men are following my teachings. And for following, he has given some more explanation. They must follow without any condition. Because common man now, he's explaining the common man. Common man thinks how it is possible to get detached from all that, how we can live away from our desires, all that. So there are some complications in the mind. So that should not be there. And we have to follow with full faith. Shraddha. This word is very important. Shraddha means full faith, with unconditional faith. No objections. Faith is there, we know, but it is a full faith without any condition. And we have to accept as it is. Even we don't have to think of other aspects of it. Yes, we have to accept it. When it is said by Sri Bhagavan, we have to accept. So this is Shraddha. So it must be followed with Shraddha. And we should not take any objection in between. We don't think of it. And this is not possible. How Sri Bhagavan is saying it, I can't do it. No, don't like that. Don't think like that. We accept, yes, what he has said is 100% correct and perfect. Sometimes the people think that may not be possible for me. Oh, it is correct, but I can't do it. No, don't think like. So this view must be there behind the practice of karmas. So those who follow like this, if they follow the things, they follow without any objections, they follow with full faith, no doubt about that, then they can get released from the bondage of karmas. This is the explanation of this sloka. The meaning is same, but in a different way it is explained. If you follow like this, you'll get relieved from the bondage of karmas, means there will be no result of karmas. Result will be there, but the Atma, the I, will be not connected with that. And now we know the karma siddhanta, principles of karmas. When the karma is done, the fruit has to be there. And it has to be born. It has to be born with the help of the body-mind complex. So these are the gunas of prakritis. So if you do the karmas in this way, that I am not doing anything, the gunas of prakritis, nature is doing all that, then there will be result, but that result will not affect the karmashaya of I. So thus wise people, they do like that. So they don't get attached with the karmas and with the result of karmas. And when the result of karmas are not attached, slowly they will finish up the karmashaya and they will get relieved totally. Total liberation will be there. So how to get relieved from the bondage of karma? This is the principle, that you have to follow the karmas like that. This is what he is explaining in this sloka. The next sloka is 32. Ye tvetadabhyasu nanu tishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudhastan vidhi nashtana chetasah. Now he is seeing the example of a common person now. In previous slokas, he is explaining the person, how the wise people follow the karmas and they get relieved from the bondage of karmas. Now he is saying what common man does. Common man finds the faults with the teaching of Sri Bhagavan. Something, oh, how is possible? You are telling it, but it's not possible. It is not our nature. Like that, they are finding the faults of teachings of Sri Bhagavan, which is explained in previous slokas. And so do not follow. They do not follow these teachings. So Bhagavan is saying they are full. I'm telling everything, I'm explaining everything, but they are not following, they don't understand the things. So they carry out their karmas as a routine with some attachments. Then they have to bear the fruits of karmas. Maybe good or bad, that doesn't matter. But that is not liberation. So they get involved in birth and death cycle many times, a continuous process of that. They take the birth, experience, do the karmas, experience the fruits. Again they die, they leave the body, they take the another body, again do the karmas. So like that cycle, they are completely involved. So they are like fools. So they must understand this knowledge. So in these two slokas, they explain. First is how the wise people follow. And in second, they say how the other peoples follow the karmas. In next 33, Sadrusham cheshtate swasyaha prakruter jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karishyati. They say all living creatures, particularly the human beings, we can say. It's a common for all other animals and fruit, trees and everything. But in particular for animals, we can say. They are following their tendencies, natural tendencies. Everything which is created, maybe the human being, maybe the animals, maybe the plants, they have got their own nature. And that is developed by the nature, that Prakriti. And Prakriti is a creation of the God or the Sri Bhagavan. So they follow their Prakriti. There are some qualities of everything. And these qualities are followed. So it's a normal routine or procedure in the world that all living creatures follow their natural tendencies. So wise man also has got same tendency. Suppose if you consider the human being, forget about the other things. Some natural tendencies are there. And all human beings, they follow their natural tendencies while doing the karmas. Similarly, wise men also are having the same things. So he's saying that common person is also doing karmas, wise man also is doing karmas. Both are doing karmas with as per their natural tendencies. But there is a difference between wise man and a common man. And the difference is explained earlier. So karmas are done naturally. So we also think, yes, we are doing the karmas, but that is our nature. It is our nature to follow. So nature is controlling our karmas. Then why to restrict? What is the force behind controlling these karmas? And that is explaining further. इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत्तौ यस्य परिपन्थिनौ. He is saying now two words, rag and dvesh. These words also you might have listened previously. When we experience some fruits of karmas and we are happy, then we want to experience again and again. So that tendency is called raga. And that is also a natural tendency of human being. Qualities of nature as explained in the previous slokas. And dvesha, if we are experiencing a bad result of karmas, then we want to run away from that. We don't want to do it again. So that is also a tendency. This raga and dvesh, these two are the normal tendencies of human being. And these are natural. Everybody is following that, and we are also following that. Yes, suppose if you eat something, you feel pleasure. Oh, very nice. And you will continue that. You'll repeat, go on repeating again and again and again. That is rag. You are doing something which are not giving pleasure, which are disturbing you, pain. You will not do it. You say, I am not doing, I will not do it. That is dvesh. So this rag and dvesh, these are the normal tendencies of nature of human being. And that is what is explained here. But now he says, the man, a wise man, he should not allow himself to be swayed by the. And with this rag and dvesh, they should not overcome you. The tendencies are there, but you should control. So who has to control rag and dvesh? So you have to control. But normally the rag and dvesh, they are controlling us. That means we are following as per that. This is our common life, which we are experiencing every now and then. Yes, we get rag and dvesh. So we are under control of rag and dvesh. We means our soul, we can say. And the same point is mentioned here, that wise men, you should not go behind all that. You should control it. So the controlling rag and dvesh is a quality of a wise person. And that person will progress in spiritual path and ultimately reach to the liberation stage and get relief from the birth-death cycle. So this is a total process. So we have to control raga and dvesh. This is an additional point is mentioned in this slok. So these two are the principal enemies, he says, standing in the way of redemption. So these are two natural things, but these are enemies. Even rag also is enemy, and dvesh also is enemy. Rag gives you pleasure, but that is temporary. That gives you, dvesh gives you the pain also, but that is also temporary. But a common man doesn't accept that this is temporary. He says, this is always there. This is my way of life. So I'll follow all that. And then he will continue to experience the results of the fruits, bondage of karmas, and will not be exempted from the birth and death cycle. So you have to be exempt for that. Now here, Sri Bhagavan is saying for the ultimate aim of life, get relief from the birth and death cycle. But timing will say, we'll skip this point away. We can think of our normal life. Why in normal life also these two are the principal enemies, Raga and Dvesh. And so we must control it. Now there are a lot of researches are going on. You can refer the Google also. And if this Raga and Dvesh is not controlled, we just follow it. That creates a lot of complications in the life. It is responsible for the physical health also. It is responsible for mental health also. So this Raga and Dvesh, as Bhagavan is saying, they are principal enemies. This is right. The scientists also are accepting nowadays. Even doctors also, yes, that we have to control. Because if you don't control, the whole life will be best. You have to face so many complications. And if we control, if you just think of, if we control, our life will be very much smooth and very much pleasure or blissful, we can say. Because Rag gives you the pleasure, no doubt. But if you are following under control of Rag, then your actions will be continued. This I explained previously also. Suppose if you get some good food given by somebody, you like it, you enjoy it. That is also correct. But what's it? The next step is you want to enjoy it again. Because whatever the enjoyment is there, pleasure is there, that is temporary. It finishes. After finishing, you remember, "Arey, that was very good. I must enjoy it again." So you go for in search of that again food item, wherever is available and all that. So that is Raga. So you have to run. If you don't get that, after doing so many efforts, you don't get the same thing, food again. As Dvesh is there, you become angry. You become unpleasure. You feel very bad of it. And that is very dangerous. And that is quite possible. We also can. The thing which you can give you pleasure, it may not be giving continuous pleasure. That is first thing. Secondly, that may not be available every now and then. We are not going to enjoy again. So that will create a complication in our mind, disturb the mind. And that mind will develop so many diseases also. And then we feel, oh, I would have controlled that point in the beginning only. So controlling Rag and controlling Dvesh also is very, very important in our normal life. To maintain our physical health, to maintain our mental health, and maintain our satisfaction. So if you control these two things, suppose that's just something, you eat something, you like it. You don't think that I want to eat it again. You see, you have enjoyed something, that's okay. You can enjoy. But when you say, I want to enjoy it again, there is the problem. Because that may be possible, may not be possible. But don't think of that. If this attitude is developed in our life, there are so many incidences are happening every now and then in our life, which are giving pleasure, good, happiness. Still, afterwards it gives the trouble. The Rag is very dangerous. And Dvesh also, that we also know. Dvesh also is functioning the same way. So controlling Rag and Dvesh is very, very important because they are the principal enemies. They will disturb your physical health, mental health, and total satisfaction, and you will not enjoy the bliss. We will be repeating everything in our life. So this is more important, which is explained in this law. And these enemies will, of course, develop complications in life is the first stage. But if you continue with this, the liberation will not be there. You'll be getting involved in the results of fruits again. And there is no exemption from birth and death cycle. So ultimate aim also you cannot achieve. And physically, presently also, we cannot maintain our life properly. So this point is very important for a common person also. But a common person not much interested in getting relief from birth and death cycle, forget it. But to maintain our proper life, we must follow these things. Control your rag and dvesh. So be away. Get detached. Detachment is the way, see. When you enjoy something, you get pleasure, but you get detached, that's all. Enjoy and finish it off. Or if your dvesh is there, same thing is there. Where remembering same thing again and again. Forget it. So getting detached from all that is the solution for that. And that is the training we have to give to the mind. And for that, all these Bhagavad-Gita's principles we have to read and understand and try to follow in our life again and again. Okay, our time is up, so we stop here. We'll continue next Sunday. Hari Om.